Hi there, this is Mark Brown from the Design Hackers Guild, and this is my fourth attempt in trying to record this video. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't be offended, but I'm actually targeting this video for my LinkedIn audience. I have over 550 connections over there and 998 followers, which I've been neglecting essentially because I haven't been posting, and I happen to be addressing a post I put up there, which link is in the description, about 5 months ago about my intention to do a series on why abandoning tradition and traditional ways of doing business essentially has been to our detriment in modernity, which has led to some serious things. And one of those things I perceive to be, as a service designer and design thinker, is status quo bias. And we can see this being played out, whether you agree or disagree, to a large extent in arbitrary decisions that are being made around the current situation that we're in, that have directly attacked and impacted, and rather negatively impacted, small businesses. Whereby small businesses under these conditions, which are not your typical market conditions, were pushed down, and a lot of businesses have had to close down because of this situation, which is unprecedented in business times. So, from that perspective, I do perceive, from my point of view anyway, that there is a problem that in us abandoning tradition and having a modernist perspective of looking back, judging the medieval periods, particularly around medieval guilds and so forth, and looking back at that from our perspective. We tend to sneer at it, not really thinking in minds like people were in the medieval era, but also making a direct comparison of ourselves from the perspective of a person in the medieval age, and comparing situations in terms of our relative freedoms. Even though they had lords and kings above them, a lot of people who lived in medieval times would probably have more freedom and more ability to move than we have today. And this is bearing in mind, not forgetting that the Black Death did occur during the medieval period. So with that said, and it's hard, you can say, well, they didn't have modern medicine. You can't really judge them in those terms. They were dealing with what they had and what they knew at the time. Plus, there are things that we've abandoned. And what I want to keep on keel of this conversation is, I'm talking about it from a business and sort of an administrative perspective, from a service design and design thinking perspective, of how us separating ourselves from tradition and traditional methodologies has had a direct negative impact, and a very serious negative impact, on modern life for human beings, including particularly entrepreneurs, small business owners, and small families, and families and communities and family businesses. Whereas bigger companies have seemed to thrive and actually make more money during this. And I think this is something we have to address. And in so doing, I want to address it from the point of view of, let's talk about traditional methodologies and how we can actually take that tradition and bring it to modernity. And I'm not trying to bring us back to the Stone Age, not at all, but taking the best of what we have and the best of what we've left behind, and maybe making sharper improvements and improving the overall human experience with a more just and more common sense approach, rather than arbitrary status quo bias conditions. So this is going to be a discussion. I've talked to I've posted on LinkedIn as an apology to say that I didn't address this issue. This is the first video introducing this issue, and I'm hoping that my LinkedIn audience will get enjoyment out of these videos. And if you're on the YouTube channel and you happen to follow me, that's fine. You can watch them here. Feel free to comment on the YouTube video, but if you also want to comment on LinkedIn, where I'll be posting this, I would welcome your feedback. I will probably be doing a thinking about 5 videos on this topic. They'll be coming over out in the next 4 or 5 weeks. I'll be doing one a week, as my schedule permits me, and I've got a lot of things going on at the moment that are quite intense. So I'm going to leave it there. It's the 5-minute mark, but thank you for watching. So, I won't tell you to subscribe. You don't have to if you don't want to. Comment if you see fit. And if you're watching this on LinkedIn, please do comment. Let me know what you think and whether this topic jives with you and you want to hear about it further. Or if you have any topics of suggestion as well, I would welcome them. Take it easy. Bye.